Good morning, everybody. Today's lesson, we're going to talk about staying in relationships, family, or friendships when they once supported you and love you, and then time comes on, the respect has lost, but you feel guilt, so you feel you have to stay in that situation and feel that you deserving of all that ugliness because they were once supported you. So I'm going to dive in today, and I hope you understand this, because this one is very emotional, and I know so many people who's in this situation, who's terrified. So I want to help and guide you today with this, because sometimes we don't stay in relationships because of love anymore. We stay because we feel so guilty, because we feel like we owe them everything, because they were there for us in our darkest times, because we remember the vision of them who once held us when no one else did. We stay because deep down we are scared to hurt them, and we think leaving means we are being ungrateful. But love is built on guilt. It slowly becomes a cage, my darlings. Not because anyone meant to harm us, but because we forget that we also matter. Many of us grow up believing we have to earn love by fixing, pleasuring, or carrying everyone else's pain. So when someone loves us and later begins to trust us without respect, we don't walk away. We excuse it. We say things like, they are struggling and, I've got to be there for them because they were once there for me and I've got to be there for them. Then we say, I owe them for helping me. I owe them my life. And then we say, I deserve this because of what I've done in my past. I believed everything what's happened to me in the last few years. I deserved it all. Now I know I don't, and so do you. You don't deserve this either. But this isn't love, my love. This is trauma in disguise, a loyalty. It's deep wounded whispering, if I keep living, maybe I'll finally be enough. The truth is, look, my sweethearts, love is never debt. Real love doesn't hold you hostage to your past. It doesn't demand repayment. It grows when both souls are free. Why we stay? We stay because of fear of being the bad one. We don't want to look like we are abandoning someone who once helped us. But staying unhappy doesn't make you kind. It just keeps both of you so stuck in pain. Feeling we owe them. Maybe they supported you through an illness, trauma, or hard times. You can honor that with gratitude, not lifelong sacrifice. Gratitude doesn't mean self-punishment. Low self-worth. Sometimes, deep down, we believe we deserve that pain, that beliefs that come from childhood, from moments we were made to feel small, unseen, or not good enough. So we settle for less because a part of us still thinks that's all we're worth. Fear of being alone. We think walking away means losing love completely. But sometimes it's only by stepping away that we learn what true love really is. And it starts with long inside ourselves. So I'm going to give you some tips how to heal this and let go with grace. Because healing doesn't always mean walking away overnight. It starts with honesty. It starts with saying, I am not okay to pretend anymore. So do this step 1. Recognize what's real. Ask yourself gently, do I stay because I love or because I am scared? That's a big one, my darlings. Do I stay because it's peaceful or because I don't want to feel guilt? The answers may hurt, but it'll also set you free, my darlings. Step 2, remembering your worth. You are not someone an emotional punchbag or a caretaker. You are the whole human being deserving of respect and peace. When you start to believe that your energy changes and people either rise to meet you or they fall away naturally. Step 3, don't hate, but heal. When you decide to walk away or pull back, please remember this part deeply. Walk away with love and not resentment. Be grateful for what you shared, the laughter, the memories, and the lessons. Even the painful moments taught you something about strength and compassion. Say to yourself today, I choose to remember the love and not the hurt. I bless the chapter with gratitude, and I send them healing so we can both move forward with peace. Because when we leave with bitterness, you stay tied to their energy. But when you leave with gratitude, you release that cord that drained you, and both souls grow with freedom. And this is how you're going to deal with the guilt, my darlings. Guilt will try to pull you back. It will whisper, they need you. But guilt isn't love. It's fear of being seen as selfish. You are not selfish for choosing peace. You are allowed to love someone and still know they're not good for your growth. You are allowed to care about their well-being without destroying your own. And you are allowed to say, I love you, but I love myself too. Wherever guilt rises, breathe and repeat. I can be grateful for the past and I still choose peace for the future. I release the idea that I owe my pain to anyone, and I honour what was and now honour myself. And I want to give you a spiritual message from my higher perspective of every relationship and soul connected. An agreement for growth, healing and awakening. Some souls come to wait beside for you as a lifetime. Others come only to show you as a lesson, and that moves on. When we cling to what already served its purpose, we block both soul of evolution. By letting go with love, you rise both vibrations. You heal karmic cycles. You teach love by embodying truth. And that is the greatest gift you can give, not to stay out of guilt, but to walk away with understanding, peace and compassion. The Beacon of Light method, my teachings. True love can't grow in fear, guilt or control. It grows in freedom, respect and kindness. When you walk away with love, you rewrite your story from the pain to peace. So my love, remember, you owe no one your suffering. You own yourself your healing. You own your heart the freedom, feel peace again. But thankful for what was. Bless it, release it, and walk forward with gentle strength, knowing the universe will meet you courage with miracles. Because, my darlings, you are not broken. You are awakening, and your light, once dimmed by guilt, is now becoming the beacon that will guide others home. I know what this is like. And the thing is, I used to be quite resentment for it, because a lot of my family and community, they a lot say that all I ever did was kind of help the community and forget my family. I always put other people first. And, yes, I did, but they never actually see the reason why I had to do that. I give that one because it was who I was. Secondly, I give without understanding and not realising. And third, I did everything for my family and they didn't respect me. They just didn't acknowledge all the little things I used to did. So I went and searched for from somewhere else. And, I'm honest, I went to the community and I tried to find that feeling I was craving for, that wanting, that longing and respect. And I was searching and I left my family behind because I couldn't cope the way they were treating me at home. And I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't know how the tools, I didn't understand my own emotions, I didn't understand the whole situation, and they were reacting to my reactions for what I was doing, and it was so much understanding. But when the love was there, it was true and it was pure, and that's what you hold on to. You do come to a stage, you feel so much guilt, you feel like you owe them everything. You feel like, you can't leave because that means you are being selfish because you found yourself, you found the understanding, you see everything. And because of that, they think that, that's it. She's all happy and she's found herself. She doesn't want her family. She doesn't want her friends. She's dropping everybody. It's not like that. But people only see what they want to see. And that's fine because you can only meet people at their own vibrations. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, with me, I was in that lower vibration. I was making mistakes because I didn't understand the understanding of it, understanding my emotions, my upbringing, my pain. And it's only when you sit down and realise, I'm worthy too. I'm loved. Actually, I tried everything the best I can with the mental health I had, the physical health with the people who used me, the family drama, and you stay in that relationship, you stay in that, I don't like to call it toxic environment anymore because I don't feel it's toxic. It's pain, it's trauma. So you got to send healing. Because if you give resentment back, if you give hate back, it's only going around in circles and you're not achieving anything. You're hurting yourself, you're hurting them, you're not letting go. You can let go and move on without that guilt, without thinking that you're always the problem and you abandon people who once loved you. You could always be there for them. You can always love them and respect them. But if that respect is not sent back, if you feel like every time you're in that presence that you're getting misunderstood, you're getting slated after, your back's turned, you're getting, everything you say gets twisted. And if you're in that environment and you're feeling that you're not wanted or loved or even appreciated, don't put yourself in that situation, darling. You can walk away with it. Just say, listen, I see this situation. I understand why you're doing this. I do, because of your pain, your trauma, people's experience, what they've give you. Because people are enlightening, we have the understanding. We understand the human condition. So, and it takes a long time. Like, I'm in that situation now. I've had to walk away from people I love with everything I have. And I would still die for these people. But they're not good for me. They won't see me. They just think that they see who I used to be, and that's fine. They don't see the work I put in, the education I put in, the time I put in, the support, the fight, the pain, as well as everybody was throwing my name in the dirt and still twisting my name. But I'll give love and I'll give peace because it's who I am, and I know what it's like to have that bad revengement. So if you're in a relationship now or in a situation that you can't get out of because you're so terrified of feeling guilt, so terrified of being trapped and thinking that they're going to think really bad of you, the thing is they're going to think that anyway. You could do 1,000 things right and they'll only see that one thing. I've learned to choose what the love is. I have some incredible friends now who I never really knew what friendship was. I had 3 great friends, and I would still, like, in my heart, believe that was real friendships. Even though it went south, one stopped talking. Well, I'm so glad she did that for herself because she needed. The other one, I have so much. I wouldn't be half as good as I am if it weren't for her right now. And even though I feel there was some exchange maybe not right, but I have so much respect for that person. It's unreal, and I love it to the death. But our vibrations grew apart, and sometimes things happen that way. And then when I looked at all the rest of my friends groups, because I was such an easy target and I wouldn't say no to people, like, if someone say, oh, I really need a lift, and I would feel so guilty, and I would offer then, and then they'll go back, then I would feel really used and hurt. And it was like, well, you offered, you did it, you put yourself out there, and it's like, it's the circle. So learn respect for yourself and your self-worth, because the thing is, you are worthy of love. The same as now, I know people want me for me and love me for me and want to be around me for me and not twist anything. And that's what I'm chasing now. That's what I'm going towards. Not for the people who miss everything, understand, and listen to other people. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what they feel people need to do, let them, but walk away with love, not bitterness. Don't feel guilty because they were once there for you. But you got to remember, you were once there for them. It's not a blame game. It's not who's done more for what and what. If it was true love and if it's meant, they will understand. And if they don't, and a lot of time they don't, because they've got so much resentment, so much, I don't like the word hate, dislike and hurt in them. People only give out what they give back, what they feel inside. So I feel love, I feel respect and compassion, so I won't give out that. Because I know what it's like, because I've had it on me time and time again, so I won't give back what they give me. So walk away with love. Respect your peace and boundaries. You can still love and respect the once love was there. The respect and the time was there. Respect that and love it and hold on to that bit. Not the hurt, not the pain, and not the betrayal. the abandonment, the lies. Hold on to love. Hold on to your heart and keep believing. I hope this session's going to help some people today. Because when I let go, it changed my life. I'm not living in fear. I'm not living on eggshells. Everything I said, I was terrified it was going to get twisted or not believed, and I was right, and now I let go. It's the best thing I ever did. You can still have love. You can do it without resentment, and you can walk away without guilt. So keep going, my darling. I love you, and you know what I'm going to say. The sun always does come out tomorrow.